Yeah.
This is probably
Was that
one
on
of
me, or did
my...
I move that? I moved that, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is probably one of my favourite sections
It's my
Ever.
favourite, definitely.
that we've ever done.
Oh, in terms of the all favourite workplace story we've done so far?
I just think we should do conspiracy theories full stop.
Always.
as a segment.
Change our
On
whole
its own,
podcast.
on its own, 100%. Oh, mate. We should... You know what?
No.
If we pop off... No, if we pop off,
Yeah.
what are you going to think of?
I
What was
think
you going to
it's
say?
like, let's spin everything on his head, let's do a conspiracy podcast.
No, if we pop off,
Yeah.
you see so many people make, like, I don't know, a football podcast.
Yeah,
And then they'll do, like, a banter podcast.
okay.
If we start getting followers and they want to know a bit more about us and our banter, we can just do our chat shit podcast.
Yeah. So I've been thinking, when we were talking about the umbrella idea,
Yeah.
where we've got like other
Yeah,
podcasts
yeah.
underneath us that actually have their own hosts that we can like chip in and chip out. I'd love to do that, and we could have like a conspiracy podcast.
Oh, we just talk.
Under
We could just talk about our weekend.
It doesn't
and
need
then
to
talk
just be
about
us. We have like other hosts on there, like other people we like.
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
we
People
can
who
get
then could do episodes without
We
us.
can get like a therapist on.
Yes, we get people
some
into their
random
own personal
shit.
conspiracies of their
Yeah.
industry. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Anyway,
conspiracy theories. Ollie, go.
I'm going first. Okay, so I've got one that a lot of people know about. This one I don't.
I'm gonna believe every single one of these.
Here we go. The conspiracy around Alexa and similar smart devices. So
She can go
basically,
off. Yeah.
she's listening to us. She's listening to us. But my point is she's always listening to users' conversations, recording the information so that she can wake after her command mode. Does that mean she details, like takes down the information or not? Is the conspiracy. The fear is that companies like Amazon could use this information for surveillance, advertising. The amount of times I've said something pops up on my phone. I think she's listening, but don't tell her I said that because she'll take over in the night.
100%.
Beyond improving the user experience and functionality, critics are concerned, and users point out that the devices are constantly activating without hearing the clear wake word as well. So Amazon's vast data collection capabilities as potential evidence, Amazon asserts that they say the device only records after detecting the wake word. However, if you look out there, I've seen people like walking around their house and they'll go around a corner and the blue thing will be spinning, which is the one that usually has its wake word.
I've heard a story, right? I don't know whether like they said Alexa to wake it up at the time.
We've got to stop saying the word, bro.
But there was like a story that went out where there was someone who was getting robbed in their house.
Oh yeah.
And it realised and like rang the police or something.
No way.
I don't know how true it is.
Wow.
But you know, when you get into those holes.
So what,
Mate, speaking of Amazon, right?
Okay.
Adding to the Alexa bit.
Interesting.
Alexa's kind of involved.
Stop saying her friggin' name.
She's listening. They're gonna. They might.
They're gonna out us.
We're gonna have a swap.
She's gonna release an early access.
So similar to your like surveillance and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. There's a conspiracy theory that goes around about Amazon. Essentially, they are focusing on employee surveillance.
Okay.
Right? So allegedly, Amazon tracks employees' every move. Right? Even through monitoring their bathroom breaks through wristbands that measures their productivity.
Wow.
While Amazon denies this, some believe it's part of a larger plot to control and micromanage their workers, ensuring that no one ever slacks off.
So do they have wristbands at the op?
Apparently. I never knew this either.
Wow.
It's the type of thing that makes you rethink your Amazon Prime membership, perhaps. But also, added conspiracy. Here we go. Could it be they're trialing things with their employees?
Well, I was looking at this. Jeff Bezos has this mentality where he calls it the open door policy. And this is when he tries new things. He goes, and the point is he can go through a door, test something, and if he doesn't like it or it doesn't work, he can step back through the door. That's his whole business entrepreneurial mind.
How many
he calls
doors
it the open door policy. My point is, when we mentioned Amazon brought out the phone, he used that as one of these open door policies. He went through, realised it worked, came back through. He said you can go through and come back, and it's cheaper than constantly researching the idea and doing all your checks to see if it works. He's like, just try it and then come back through the door.
When you got the money behind
I try it and come back through the door, or try it, does it work? Let's keep moving forward.
Imagine if they start doing that and incorporating Amazon wristbands and stuff like that into your work.
I wouldn't want to wear that, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, new Coke Here's a conspiracy for
Go
you.
on.
I mentioned this, I think, a little bit of time ago.
I think I actually know a bit about this.
So, the new Coke conspiracy theory
If
is
it's
around
go on.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
So, what happened was back in 1985,
Yes.
in a bid to reinvigorate Coca-Cola, was the idea, that flagship soda decided to go, hey, we're going to mix it up and change our classic Coca-Cola to New Coke. And they released this big franchising line of New Coke, and basically a flagship version saying they've changed the flavouring, so on and so forth, and it provoked public outrage. Now, outrage, you might ask why. The drink flopped. It was not very tasty.
Stinky.
And it was very different to the original. However, Coke's sales were doing this prior to 1985, and what they did after this, they did a 180 spin, and they said, oh, I'm really sorry, for a new Coke, we'll re-release classic Coke on a much bigger scale. They re-released it, because everyone had been talking so much that they hated new Coke, it almost brought back a passion to get classic Coke again, and their sales started doing this for classic Coke.
It makes sense why you see the retro kind of branding now on all the Coke.
Exactly. So why was it done? Is it conspiracy to say, oh, they did that as like a marketing strategy? Or was it a genuine attempt to invigorate and innovate their brand?
Is it really bad that the fact that you've said that, I've now got another conspiracy with Coke?
We're going to be going all day, mate.
Apparently,
It's
right?
going to be like a 2.5 episode.
Pepsi, you know their marketing campaign where it was like Pepsi, Coke, what do you prefer?
Yeah.
But they didn't brand it as in like you could see. Apparently they kept giving the customers Coke and they were voting for Coke, not Pepsi.
But they were saying it was Pepsi?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Another conspiracy for you.
Another one for you.
Anyway, you want another one?
Yes, go for it.
Here we go. The IKEA furniture assembly conspiracy.
Okay.
Ever wondered why IKEA makes their furniture assembly so difficult?
No.
No?
I've never wondered that.
There's a funny conspiracy going around that IKEA don't want you to build your furniture. They want you to pay someone to assemble it for you using their services and hiring a professional.
Yeah.
Essentially, the theory claims that IKEA intentionally make their furniture instructions ridiculously confusing, so customers give up and hire someone else to put it together, basically allowing them to earn more money from their sales.
It's a smart idea.
More money on the
I
side.
always find it quite fun, but I like little challenges. I made a whole afternoon of building IKEA furniture.
I built a bed before. I had to YouTube it because the instructions were terrible.
Wow.
No, they were horrendous.
Wow.
It was telling me to start here when I should have started with something else, and I watched the video and it was like so simple. There you go, YouTube. Don't hire a professional, just YouTube it.
YouTube has everything on there. Well, I've got a last one for us.
Go on.
Now this one has a conclusion to it. It's a sadder conspiracy because it's quite crazy that this existed.
Gosh.
It was called the Tuskegee syphilis study. Right? I know, it doesn't sound too nice. Tuskegee. So Tuskegee's a place, I believe.
Okay.
Tuskegee syphilis study. So it was a place in Tuskegee where they did something that was conducted by the US Public Health Service, where they got this Tuskegee site, it's like a medical site, to basically run a study involving 600 African American men in the States.
Right. And
they were told, these 600 African American men, that they were looking at a study to prevent and cure the effects of syphilis. Of these 600 men, 400 of them had syphilis at the time, 200 of them didn't, and they were control variables. And what they were told over the course of 20 years was that they were getting regular tests and trialing loads of different chemicals on these gentlemen, and they were basically monitoring them to see what effects these chemicals had in order to find the cure for syphilis. Now, behind closed doors, it was a very different story. They were misled. What actually occurred was back in 1945, only 8 years into the study, bear in mind it went on for 20, 8 years into the study, they found I can't remember exactly what it was, it's probably written here somewhere. They found a cure, basically.
Right.
Or they found a control for the syphilis.
Right,
And they didn't tell the gentleman. And what they went on to do for the next 18 years was it was found out that what was actually occurring was they were doing a study to see the effects of syphilis on long-term effects for African American men. And they used this control variable to not tell the men what the cure was. And what ended up happening after a bloody long time. In 1972, bear in mind it started in 1932. In 1972, it was all exposed by a reporter, and it led to public outrage. But it was conspiracy prior to this.
Yeah.
And basically, even to the sense that President Clinton at the time had to make a formal apology to these people because it was authorised by the US health sector. What ends up happening was everybody who was still alive, which is a really downer point to mention, came away with $9 million and basically healthcare paid for them for the rest of their life. But for 20, 30 years, they were used as a long-term study
Just a little
for
lab
like,
rat.
how does syphilis affect you long-term when they found a cure 8 years into the study.
No, there's probably so many studies like that.
How crazy is that?
Mate, there's probably so many of that going on.
It's insane. Absolutely insane. So yeah, I thought that was the craziest conspiracy that actually ended up having a result.
I guess nowadays, they get people to like sign up, don't they?
They do.
To trials.
But this is the thing, all these guys signed up thinking that they were there as a variable to find the cure.
But
they hid the cure for them.
That's crazy. Yeah. That's terrible.
Absolutely mad.
Alright, well, on a lighter note then, I guess.
Yes.
McDonald's.
I hope it's a lighter note.
Why is their ice cream machine always broken?
Wow. That's such a good one.
It's huge.
It's so important.
It drives us all crazy, I'm sure. You go through the drive-thru. McFlurry, please, mate.
Yeah.
Sorry, the ice cream machine's down. What? It's on your menu.
Every time.
It's on your menu. What are you on about?
Every time.
Can I have a milkshake? Sorry, milkshake machine's broken. Burger? Was your burger machine broken? Jesus, terrible, isn't it? Honestly.
Oh,
anyway, the funny conspiracy is McDonald's deliberately break their ice cream machine so they don't have to serve it because the ice creams are ridiculously cheap.
Yes.
And they make like virtually no money off it.
Well, a side note to that, as you were hitting me with side notes earlier, on top of the fact that the machine might be broken to produce the ice cream, the mixing machine is always broken. I guarantee whenever you actually finally got your ice cream, it's not mixed at all. It's the ice cream with the chocolate on top,
just
or the topping on top.
Wet
They've actually, every McDonald's has a mixing machine to mix it all together. And there was a guy, there's a video of it online that I saw, of a guy being there like, can you mix it? And she was like, oh, sorry, the machine's broken. She turns around, he walks behind the McDonald's counter up to the mixing machine, puts his ice cream, turns it on, it mixes it perfectly, and then he just goes, thanks, and walks back out. But because it's so laborious to clean, they just tell people that it's broken.
Lazy,
so they don't have to go through it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I've seen that firsthand.
Yeah, anyway, well, there we go. Mackey's, what are you doing, mate?
Mental. Have you got any like personal conspiracies?
I've got so many personal favourites, Ollie.
Have you got, go for your tenable favourite personal conspiracy.
Number one. I'll give you two.
Go on.
Two, like top two, I reckon.
Okay. Outside of the corporate world.
Yeah, aliens are real.
That's your one?
Number one.
Oh, I think that's obvious.
For sure.
I mean, go for something that's more conspiracy. I feel like that's guaranteed.
Fine.
You can't be the
so
only
you
living
agree? You agree?
We can't be the only living thing out there.
100%.
Surely.
Thank you. Just need a bit of backing.
I don't think we found them. I'll tell you that. Which we might disagree on. But anyway, carry on.
Yeah, well, you never know. I feel like we must have encountered some.
Interesting.
Somewhere. Well, you look at it now, all the footage of that kind of flying saucer, whatever it was, dropping from the sky into the sea and travelling at the same speed and everything like that. What the hell's that?
Could be doctored imaging.
Could be. No, could be.
Anyway.
But in spots, pigeons are CCTV cameras.
I was going to ask you this question. This is my question I was going to ask you. Go on, you tell the people.
All right, fine.
This isn't my one. I was going to ask you because you always said this for years.
He's
been saying this since he was 16
years old. Is this the question? Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? That's the question. Answer? No. I'll answer it for you. Government surveillance drones. That's what they are. They are created to spy on us. The theory is...
Oh.
No!
We'll move this around.
Yeah, move it into the middle. Alright, perfect. Anyway, theory is the birds were replaced by drones decades ago. And now, they're just watching everything we do. Hold on. I know what you're thinking. How's that possible? What if they run out of batteries? They land on the telephone wires to charge themselves. I am not shitting you. This is true.
So it's every pigeon you're saying now?
Every pigeon. The grey pigeons, right? The classic pigeon that you see everywhere. And they're like this. Look at you.
Understood.
Spooking me out.
Do you think they'll move into seagulls at some point for the coastal cities?
To be honest, they don't need the coastals. Because they mostly work around the cities, don't they? Where do you see pigeons? Because they need to surveillance that more than...
True.
I don't know, a pig on a farm or something like that.
Okay,
Go on.
I've got one for you.
Go on.
We spoke about this
Do you believe in the pigeon one?
No. So my one.
Flat Earther. Yeah.
My one. But I'm close. Mine, I mentioned this yesterday. I'm not 100% convinced with the moon landing. Okay?
Oh, there are some good videos out there.
Now, here's my point. I do believe we've gone to space a bunch of times. I do believe that there's a chance that we could have landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Do I believe that the footage everyone got shown was the original footage from that? No. And that's for a whole abundance of reasons. Secondarily,
because it was America versus Russia.
It's America versus the Soviet Union, which was Russia.
Yeah, to get there first.
And my point is, like, if you're two people in a race, right? First of all, if the other person gets there first, that doesn't necessarily mean that you stop instantly and all these billions of pounds that the Soviets spent, they then just go, okay, now we just want to finish the job. We're not going to go there ourselves and study. Like, they never got there. So why did they just stop everything instantly just because the Americans got there first? It wasn't like the Americans were sharing their data with them. So that's one point. Secondly, why not ever go back? I feel like there's something to be said, like, we've gone there once, that was the chance, that's what we wanted to do. But, like, it's going to the moon. You would have thought in the last 20 years when they found new diseases, all sort of stuff, they could potentially go, well, maybe we'll go back and do more studies up there. But they've not. As far as I've been alive, I've never seen us go to the moon once. Like, or as soon as like land there and hop around. It seems like something that was so tenable back in the day. I don't see why they wouldn't have done it again. Even for the sense of like the UK's doing it, or the Russians, or the Middle East, or the Asians, like the Indians. Somebody like choosing to go there as well.
I don't know too much about it, to be fair.
Next up, the Nixon administration, who were in charge at the time.
Yep.
They were lying about all sorts of stuff. They got caught for a bunch of lies. So the idea they can lie about this as well doesn't seem too far out of the arena.
Yeah.
Next up, why isn't it aired on TV that much? Like, I was at school, I was learning about all sorts of stuff. Never once did they really teach me at school about the moon landings, which seems like one of the biggest formidable things that's ever happened in the world.
Yeah, supposedly it's our first time leaving Earth, and
so why not teach people more about it and teach kids at school and show people the footage that often. I had to go diving for the footage today and found a 3-hour thing on YouTube, which was pretty gash. Like, you seem like there'd be more stuff out there about it. Next up, NASA have been caught out for lying about their footage multiple times.
Is it to do with the shadow thing, isn't it?
That's about the
flag,
thing, which actually I don't believe in that point. I think that you could have had no shadow. That makes perfect sense to me. The point that I then start to get disheartened with is I've looked at other NASA footage, and there's many videos out there of these astronauts looking like they're on wires in space shuttles, in spaceships and stuff like that. And you look at this stuff, man, there is so much where they get caught out for holding, they like literally hold things behind them when there's nothing there. There's a video of Tim Peake that he's like doing this thing with a bubble, and then like 4 months later, whatever, they were showing, or like 4 months before, they were showing like an old American war citizen going through NASA, and on the screens behind him, there's the exact same angle of Tim, and there's like a blue screen behind him, which is like a green screen, but a blue screen's better for like motion picture and stuff like that. And there's him in the exact same setting with a blue screen behind him on the big screen. All I'm saying is I might be completely wrong about this, and I'm more than happy if I am, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And funny enough,
let us know.
6% of Americans believe that we never went to the moon. Guess how many Brits
believe that we
didn't go to the moon?
More?
Yeah.
20?
25% of Brits believe we never went to the moon. So I'm one of 4. I'm fine with that. As much as it sounds like an idiot, I'm going to get proven wrong by everybody and people are going to come for me. But
well, let us know in the comments down below.
Let us know. What your favourite conspiracies?
Moon landing? Yeah. Or if you have any others, because I'll read them.
I love conspiracies.
Yeah, I love them.
We'll bring this back in the future for sure.
100%.
Anyway,
I like that. That was cool, man. That was my favourite ever.
That was a good one. Should we get back into it?
Yeah.